Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Noelle and I review and unbox subscription boxes here on my channel. And today I have a wonderful quarterly lifestyle box that has been sent to me for review from the good folks over at Sunset Magazine. They have their own subscription box that features all kinds of companies and products from the West, which is what they cover in Sunset Magazine, but it is definitely something that you can enjoy no matter what state in the US you live in, and they do ship to all of the states, so just be aware of that. You don't have to be a West Coaster to enjoy the Sunset box because I really love the items that they give to us each quarter. Now there are two different size boxes, which is also nice for your budget. You can kind of choose, but they do have great value. So there's the smaller box, which is called the standard, and that is $69.99. That's going to have 4 to 8 products. And then there's what I have, which is the premium. That is 7 to 12 products, so quite a few more than what is going to be in your standard box, but it is a big jump up in price. That's $149.99. And if you do an annual subscription, you actually save $15 per box on the premium. And if you do the standard as an annual subscription, you also save $10 per box. So quite a bit of savings. And of course, I have even more for you. So if you use my code mauinoel25, you will save 25% on those quarterly or annual subscriptions. So again, huge discount there. It is not an affiliate link. It's just a referral code, my way of trying to help you out and get this box to be a little bit more popular. Like I said, I think it's a really great way to experience some wonderful brands that you might not get to experience otherwise. So there's always themes for the season. There's usually an exclusive release puzzle. If you are a puzzler, this is also a great box. And this magazine has such a long storied history, over 100 years. So it's usually a magazine cover from the past. So this time around, the box was really flat and always heavy. So they don't spend a ton of money on a printed box because it's always going to be a different shape and size that they need. But they do have a nice printed insert on the inside for us to see. And this is, of course, our cover for the season. So this, I believe, is the fall box. So what I had before, maybe a couple months ago, because they shipped it to me a little bit later. This actually arrived probably a couple of weeks ago by the time you are seeing this. So definitely a fall box. I love the little Scotty dog and the little cat there in the boy's hands. And this is from 1932. Isn't that cool, you guys? So on the back, we do have the product card, the information. I'll go ahead and read that to you. It says, fall in the West means crisp mornings, golden afternoons, and kitchens blessed with the scent of something delicious simmering on the stove. In this editor-curated premium edition of our Best of the West box, we've gathered our favorite seasonal finds from across the region, ingredients, tools, and treats that celebrate the bounty and creativity of Western makers. What a great description of that. It says, these are the pieces we're reaching for to elevate our own autumn cooking, whether we're prepping a Sunday roast, experimenting with new recipes, or just savoring a quiet cup of coffee. So great box. I think the magazine is fantastic as well. They have all kinds of things from gardening, food and drink, obviously, travel. I often get ideas for little sort of weekend trips from Sunset Magazine. So I would actually love to see more of that in some of their boxes where, you know, they're giving us stuff throughout the regions, but it would be really cool if they did like a little destination or region box. All right. So it looks like we have got 9 items in here. One of them is that vintage sunset puzzle. So I'm going to prop this up in front of me so that I can reference it and we will get into it. All right, so one of the nice things about this box is you do get quite a few edible, consumable items. So it's not like a ton of stuff that's going to clutter your space. I was just going to hold the box up for you so you guys could see that it is chock full of items this time around. Okay, so I pull everything out, but like I said, the box is kind of big and unwieldy, so I'm going to leave it right there. First, from Anson Mills, we have a yellow polenta, so like basically ground corn. Ooh, that sounds really good though. I am not like someone who makes a lot of polenta. I can't even remember the last time I did. I do sometimes order it if it's on a menu because I do find it very sort of hearty and also comforting. So let's read. It says, Anson Mills Heirloom Polenta, stone milled from organically grown heirloom corn in Columbia, South Carolina. Oh, okay. That's not super West, is it? It says this polenta cooks up with rich, creamy depth, flavored favored by some of the best restaurant chefs in the West, this is by far the most delicious and deeply flavored polenta we've ever had. Serve soft with braised meats or cook, chill, slice, and grill for a savory autumnal side. Store immediately in the freezer to preserve its exquisite freshness. So I kind of love that we got something from South Carolina. Unusual, but that does make sense. They know their polenta there. All right, this looks to be a bar board made from Oregon red alder with maple and walnut accents. This is gorgeous. Look at that inlay, you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and take the plastic wrap off of it. I thought it was maybe like a cedar plank for grilling or something, but you know, those are usually our summer boxes. Wow, this shrink wrap is like really on here. Let's see if I can get into it without scratching the wood up. So it says handcrafted deluxe bar board made in Oregon from sustainably harvested red alder with contrasting strips of walnut and maple running through it. This petite board is ideal for slicing fruit for mulled cider, doing duty on your home bar, or serving a wedge of artisan cheese. The size makes it a daily use staple, so you don't have to get a whole cutting board super dirty. If you're just slicing up an apple or something. So what does it say? This is, I love wood inlay. I just think woodworking is so cool. It says, this great little board is the perfect accent to any home bar, ideal for slicing lemons or limes or using as an individual snack board. Our deluxe bar board is crafted from exquisite red alder, featuring elegant strips of walnut and maple running through, showcasing our commitment to high quality, sustainable hardwoods. The versatile board effortlessly enhances your bar's functionality and aesthetic appeal. But look at how pretty that is. Can you guys see how like the shine of that walnut? It actually reminds me a little bit of the inlay that I had in my beautifully designed closet back in Maui years ago. I was lucky enough to have someone in the family at the time who could do, like, I had like jewelry drawers and like walnut inlaid boxes. I mean, it was, that's why I appreciate woodworking so much now these days. All right, so I probably should have saved that, but it's going to get some good use. I almost hate to cut on it. So I always tell my husband, like, there's a cutting side and there's a display side. So you can see the cuts on one side. Don't use the nice pristine side. And he always, after a few months, inevitably forgets. And I'm like, oh, there went my beautiful display board. All right, we got a kitchen tea towel. This, I will say, already feels super duper soft and flexible, which I appreciate because I do get a lot of like gorgeous tea towels that you can tell are kind of more for display or, you know, holiday decor, and they're not necessarily like the most absorbent, and they're also sometimes a little bit stiff. They need to be kind of broken in a little bit with use, but this one feels, not only with the waffle texture, very absorbent, but also super duper soft. So let's see what it says. Stylish, sustainable tea towel. Ooh, totally doesn't go with my kitchen, but I love the florals. It says this graphic printed towel from rock flower paper, cute, based in Marin County, is as durable as it is cheerful, perfect for drying dishes or draping over a fresh loaf of bread to keep it warm. Bonus, each towel is made from the equivalent of 5 discarded plastic water bottles, and a portion of the proceeds goes to Ocean Conservancy. So it does have that recycled water bottle feel to it a little bit, but not in a bad way. Like, if you didn't know that, you wouldn't feel it. I used to have a lot of yoga pants that were made from recycled water bottles, so I kind of am used to that idea. But I love the idea of having recycled water bottle products. It's kind of cool that they can make fabric out of it. It is 18 inches by 30 inches, so it's nice and big, but look how pretty that is. And you can kind of see that waffle texture. It does feel like it is going to be nice and absorbent and an actual useful kitchen towel. Into that. Oh, this looks like my afternoon snack. Okay, so this is from Nichols Farm, rosemary garlic nose shell pistachios. That sounds amazing. Now, I don't mind a little work for my pistachios, but not having to do that makes me even more excited. No homey happy hour or appetizer platter is complete without California pistachios, and we love this variety from 4th generation family-owned Nichols Farm in the San Joaquin Valley. It blends rosemary and garlic with rich pistachios, ideal for snacking or sprinkling over fall salads. Now, that would be a great idea. Actually, last night, my husband and I, we made a quick salad, and we really didn't have very many ingredients, so I like got out a can of garbanzo beans, and this would have been really nice to add a little bit of a crunch to it. But I have a feeling that these are going to go really quickly. So it looks like there's 5 servings per container. I mean, they're pretty small, right? When They're already shelled. 5 servings per container, 6 grams of protein per serving. So rosemary garlic though, really honestly, you could probably give me like a rosemary garlic piece of paper and I would want to enjoy it. All right. Oh, this is fun. So we got some coffee. This is actually a brand that I have gotten before as a whole bean coffee to take photos of, but it is a Kona blend because you know Hawaii is included in the West, so Sunset does cover Hawaii topics and products and places. So it says, this blend from iconic family-owned Vernon, California-based coffee producer Don Francisco is made with prized beans from Kona and is the smooth and aromatic foundation of your next coffee break. The perfect companion to crisp mornings, whether you're leaf peeping, leaf raking, or just getting on with your day. So that was a little spoiler in their blurb at the beginning. We have a couple big things in here that I'm just worried about making my box fall over on the ground. So I'm trying to be strategic here. Oh my gosh, that sounds amazing. Saffron infused raw honey. The varietal is from chaparral, like the plant. So this says contains raw honey sourced from local beekeepers and pure saffron, both grow and harvested in Northern California. Look at the color of that. Oh my goodness, how lovely. So what does it say about this? A few years back, we did a story on charming little Peace and Plenty farm in Kelseyville, California, which is one of the few places growing exquisite American saffron. This golden raw chaparral honey is gorgeously infused with a haunting delicacy. Drizzle over baked pears, ooh, stir into tea, sounds perfect. Make honey syrup for cocktails or pair with sharp cheese for a sunset-hued indulgence. That last option sounds the best to me. So if you guys are looking for some amazing honey, again, the company that does the saffron is from Peace and Plenty Farm in Kelseyville. Cool. That's exciting. And they also do the honey, obviously. Okay. So then we've got, so nice. Ooh, this is exciting. I have gotten some of the best olive oils from Sunset Box over the years that I've been reviewing it here on the channel. Santa Fe Olive Oil and Balsamic Company. We have of course, because it's from New Mexico, green chili extra virgin olive oil made in Santa Fe. So this looks amazing. Infused with the smoky, earthy heat of roasted hatch chilies, this oil adds southwestern flair to everything from sauteed vegetables to cornbread. Ooh, drizzle over roasted squash or just cooked fish. That sounds amazing. Or whisk into a vinaigrette for a distinctly New Mexican twist. I think this would be really good over grilled corn. Just like a little quick toss. Yeah, that sounds amazing. I'm not like a huge green chili fan, but it's one of those things where it's like when in New Mexico, obviously everything has green chili in it. It's kind of good. Especially like any flavored infused good quality olive oil. Man, like that is just such a easy way to amp up your cooking. All right, here is our beautiful puzzle, which is called Autumn Leaves. That is the artwork on the front. You guys, back in 1932, Sunset magazine was just 10 cents. That's amazing. Oh, usually on the back we have like some information about the image. So they didn't do that this time. Let's see. Oh, they did along the side, but usually on the back it shows us some other covers from the collection. So it says this artwork originally appeared on the cover of the October 1932 issue of the magazine. In the colder eastern United States, a man raking autumn leaves would likely be wearing a sweater, but the man in the illustration is in short sleeves and wiping his brow, which suggests the weather is balmy. It's a classic "the weather is better out here" message that often graced older issues of the magazine. The West Coast is the best coast. So it says it's a 500-piece puzzle and a charming reminder that in the West, fall can be as balmy as it is beautiful. And so I am definitely enjoying some beautiful fall days. It starts off a little foggy. I'm not super close to the coast, but we do get a little bit of that morning fog, not like a thick marine layer, but it usually burns off by around 10 or 11 where I'm at. And I love the fall here in San Diego, just because it's not super intense, but you can also just drive out of the city like an hour or two and still get all of that. You get a little bit of color out in the country. You can definitely do some apple picking, which I just did for the first time on the East Coast. But very cute. And then I also like that they have the puzzles like this, so that if you are a puzzle collector and you have all of your Sunset magazine ones, you could line them up on a nice shelf in your like game closet or something. You guys, one day I would love to have a house that was big enough to have like a game closet and a puzzle closet, like a craft closet. Like right now as it is, we have one sort of, you know, communal house closet where we try to put all the towels and the sheets and the coats and the things, and it's like, I need more closets. I need more closets. I love an old house, but I love a new house because they have acknowledged that we have a lot of clothes and we need closet space. All right, so finally, this is our everyday ceramic pan. So I heard someone sort of describe this as a cooking box for this season, but I would say this is not necessarily a cooking box. This is like a regular box for a Sunset box in terms of the items that we got. Really just in terms of the cooking, we got, you know, the polenta and the olive oil. I guess you could consider the barboard part of like a kitchen thing. The dish towel, sure, but you know, honey, I guess. But the pistachios and the puzzle, you know, that's all more, and the coffee even, that's all more just like kind of things that you would get in a normal box. So this is what it looks like. Oh, it's from the Sunset Kitchen Essentials. So I think that we've gotten a couple of items from them before, like a knife, like a paring knife. So they're doing kind of their own in-house stuff too now, which I think is kind of cool. Honestly, I'm all for that. Non-stick, non-toxic, easy to clean, free of PFAs, PFOA, and PTFE. I don't even know what all those acronyms stand for. It is 10 inches, and it's kind of fun that it came in this little box to protect it so it didn't get banged up in shipping, which I appreciate. Perfect for tender chicken cutlets, aka chicken tendies, and fish fillets, pristine eggs, oh yeah, pristine eggs, delicately sauteed vegetables, and more. Compatible with gas, electric, induction cooktops. Cook over low to medium heat. Hand wash with warm soapy water and a soft sponge. Don't use abrasive cleaners or metal utensils, and your pan will deliver long-term culinary satisfaction. So every kitchen needs a non-stick pan for doing all those things a regular old cast iron or stainless steel pan can't do without leaving a stuck-on mess behind. This game-changing ceramic pan will be your go-to for whenever you want to cook quickly and clean up last. For best results, use a little oil or butter. Heat the pan to medium, not too hot, and find that food cooks beautifully. So, ooh, is that like a gray? It's like a stone gray. This is nice. So I read the description on the box instead of the description on the card, but it's probably going to say the same thing. So it looks to be white on the outside, gray on the inside. So very like kind of neutral. I actually have a kind of bluey gray, bigger pan. So this almost looks like a set. It does, of course, have the little hole there if you're someone who's lucky enough to have like an overhead rack or hooks on your wall to hang things. Again, one day I would love to have a kitchen again. Yes to cook, but like I really miss baking, especially this time of year, you guys. Yes, I can bake in my home, and I still do, but like not to the extent that I used to back in that house that had those inlaid dresser drawers in my walk-in closet. I do miss that house. I do miss that house quite a bit. All right, let's see. This is the Sunset Ceramic Nonstick Pan, engineered for even heat with a naturally nonstick, non-toxic, PFA-free ceramic surface. Design this pan to be your go-to for daily cooking that requires a delicate hand, from perfectly cooked salmon to golden, fluffy omelets. So I love, it was actually a different copy. That's kind of nice. So very nice, good size. It does say Sunset on the bottom. Kind of cool that they're like white labeling and making their own stuff. So I thought this was a great box from Sunset. Like I said, I love that there's a lot of consumable items. So on the non-consumable side, we got a very useful size pan. We got our puzzle. We got our dish towel, which looks like a great dish towel. And we got our board. And then on the consumable side, because there were 9 items in here, we got our polenta, our honey, our rosemary garlic pistachios, our Don Francisco's coffee, and then that Santa Fe green chili olive oil. So more than half was items that you can use, enjoy for like a little while or for an afternoon, because that's about how long it's gonna last. So I really love that balance in a lifestyle box, so that you don't feel like you're just getting a bunch of clutter. Also very regiftable items as well. So if you haven't checked out Sunset yet, there's not a lot of great like lifestyle boxes like this out there. If there are more that you haven't seen on my channel, let me know. I'm always looking for more, but I really love Sunset and I hope you do too. And if you haven't checked it out, remember you can save 25% using my code mauinoel25. I'll leave the link for you in the description box below. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you all very, very soon in my next unboxing.